I got out of my comfort zone and we caramelized some onions on the griddle. So we made a Texas toast caramelized onion, French onion style patty melt. As you can see, this thing's coming out fantastic. Just one of those days where a recipe just comes to mind and you start thinking, how can I make it better, better, and better? So hopefully today, that's one of those days. Today is all about a patty melt. And then it was all about a French onion burger. And then it's all about a French onion burger patty melt. Tongue twister, but here we go. Get yourself some of those Lipton mixes. I don't know what kinds they are. We got the onion. There's actually a recipe on the back you guys can check out. We're gonna do things a little bit different, but sure enough, it should be fantastic. I'm going to start off with the beef first because I feel like the seasonings inside the beef probably need to be distributed well, along with a little bit of thyme, okay? So I have exactly 1 pound of ground beef, pack. So I'm going to use about, I don't know, let's just eyeball it here. One good shake. One good shake. One good shake. That's about a half a package, right? Well, I'm thinking about how much, you don't want to use the whole package. That's pretty intense. It said to add mayonnaise. I did not plan on doing that until I saw the recipe. So we're just going to add a few tablespoons. And then I'm just going to mix this together. Try not to over mix it, but you do want it to be mixed together. It's interesting that mayonnaise goes in the beef. This is one of the very few times that I've actually used 85-15. My thinking was instead of 80-20, I don't want it to shrink up that much. I'm using Texas toast, which is square. So we're making an unusual style patty. And I didn't want it to shrink up too much, so I went to 85-15. Now I'm thinking you might be able to go 90-10 if you add the mayonnaise. I didn't expect to use the mayonnaise until like literally right before we started filming. But why not? You know what? That's what recipes are all about, trying something different. I'm gonna set this in the refrigerator. Looks good to me. Let all those seasonings work together while we start on our onions. Here we have some Georgia Vidalia onions. One of my favorites, little sweet notes. I use these almost exclusively. But this is the idea. I have 2 of them. I don't know how much it's going to take. I would highly recommend maybe using a skillet if you're not comfortable on your griddle. Okay, we can get to the griddle in a second. I'll show you the temperatures, but this is going to be a low and slow process. It's hard to do on some griddles, but we're going to try to make these onions fantastic. It should be the star of the show. Alrighty, so right now I have this griddle on low, this griddle on low, and this burner off completely. I just turned this one off because it just helps build up a little heat. And I'm looking for a specific way the butter melts. Yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. Might not seem like a lot now because we can move it over. Watch as I move the butter over. Same thing with eggs. If you don't have an infrared thermometer, whatever it's called, see how the more you move it over, the hotter it gets because you're getting over that zone. So right here is going to be my sweet spot, okay? And I'll just move the onions over and over and back and forth and all that stuff. This is a slow process. Like I said, it's probably, honestly, it's probably better off to do it inside, but being a griddle channel, we'll show you how to do it on my griddle.
Why? Because it's going to take so long because you're cooking them so low?
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes people like to be outside. Stuff like that. So all right, we have a long ways to go. As I add ingredients, I'll let you know, but for right now we're just going to keep it low and let it do its thing. I don't know if you can actually see this from the video. Can you see how dry this is in the video, the griddle?
Kind of.
See the whiteness? So when we talk about seasoning a griddle and stuff like that, a lot of times I'll say just because, and remember this griddle's this is off, this is on low, but since the griddle's dry, just add a little oil. And this is the whole idea about keeping your griddle ready without having to season it and stuff like that. See the difference? A light coat of oil. I won't even be using this side of the griddle for right now, but it does look a lot better. I've just been sliding the onions back and forth. Have to be honest with you, I'm extremely impressed the way they worked out so far. Extremely low temperatures. You know, I said that maybe it's probably better off on your skillet inside, but geez. All right, it's actually worked out really well out here. Just a touch of salt. I want to be careful about the salt load on this because of the burger. Just a very light pinch of dry thyme. I mean, if you're getting technical, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. Nice little couple dabs of W sauce. Maybe a tablespoon, just a touch of black pepper. Just a light sprinkling. These onions have so much flavor, you don't want to overdo it. You want the natural onion flavor to come out, but you can enhance the flavor, and that's what we're doing. Just a very simple balsamic glaze. You can actually use a little balsamic vinegar as well. Completely different, but it's going to add an aid in the sweetness, just a touch. Ooh, it already smells good. Alrighty, now the times are definitely going to vary based on, on how low your griddle is, how many onions you have, and all that other stuff. So it's really hard to determine. But that right there looks fantastic. So,
but it's been a while. At least 20 minutes.
Yeah. Just keep them. So this is still on low. I'm going to turn this one up to like a medium high. Yep. And this is going to be our sear zone for the burgers. So that residual heat is going to come over a little bit and help finish off these onions. Now, we start off with 2 onions, and you can see you don't have much onions. It seemed like a lot at first, but you cook these bad boys down. And this is the idea, because a lot of this is going to happen fast. So here's my Texas toast. So the idea is just to break this in half. So this is just rough eyeballing it. Okay. Now you definitely want it larger than your bread because it will shrink. Edge to edge. That look good? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that looks good. I think it looks good. Same thing with this one. I'm utilizing the griddle as the temperature warms up. We're able to move those onions over to get a little bit higher temp. I have some butter here, and we're just going to, as the griddle heats up, tons of butter for a little toast. Both sides. I want to get the toast out of the way. See that color on the onions we're getting? That's what we're looking for. All right, just to show you really quick. So those look pretty good to me. I'm gonna leave them, remember this side of the griddle's off, but it's still warm. So let's just keep them over there, just like that, okay? Onions have turned out, honestly, better than expected. See how we're smoking? That means we're up to temp. That's a good sign. Just give you an idea, a ballpark. Where's my little trusty gun at? Probably say about 430. What's that say? 450? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Happy with that. Happy with that. Looky there. All right, burgers continue to cook. The onions are continuing to cook down. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the onions that we did the burger. I'm just looking to basically create that rectangle, or a square, not rectangle, shape. Even them out a little bit. Now, I'm going to give you a chance on the spotlight, kid, because every time I make something, you say, oh, you should have done it like this. Is there anything right now that you disagree with before I do it?
No.
You sure?
Yep. Am I supposed to disagree with something?
You typically do.
I know you can save me a piece of that Swiss cheese for a little snack.
And this will give you, let me show you, when you're talking about like, see how that Swiss cheese fits it perfectly? So this will kind of give your guiding circumference, your guiding light per se, of your onions. Get off of there. Do this recipe without my fancy creme brulee torch. Doesn't need it, but...
I'm still waiting on actual creme brulee, just FYI.
All right, it's a griddle channel. I do a lot of things on the griddle.
You can't do creme brulee on the griddle.
But you can comment below if you want to see my chocolate legit creme brulee recipe. I'll make it. Burger didn't shrink up near as much as I thought it would.
I was just gonna say, the burger looks a little bit too big.
Oh no, honey. I am gonna let these rest for a second. No reason to put all that heat and grease right on top of the bun. Yeah, so there's another actually idea that we learned. I really thought the burger would shrink up quite a bit. It didn't, so you could have probably got
Third pound.
You could have. Before I build these, we're extremely torn to what to put on them. I don't think they need anything on there. However, there's mayonnaise in the burger. We thought about putting mayonnaise on the bun. I'm a pickle and mustard type of guy, and she was like, well, what if you do pickle and mustard? And I'm like, I don't know. So we're not going to top it with anything. Keep it as much flavorful as possible. So let's try to taste the seasoning in the burger, and let's try to taste how good those onions are. That is the goal. Honey, we're not far off.
No, that looks pretty perfect, actually.
What was that?
You got all these things on video. This is all video evidence of me telling you you're right.
You know, it's funny. They tell me that I should create like an end of the year video with all my
montage.
Yeah, and I'm like, what we should do is create all the times you told me I was correct. Oh yeah.
Looks like the neighbors got here just in time.
Yeah, so we have new neighbors, and you can imagine their surprise when they found out what goes on next door. Lord, there we go. There we go. Does it matter which one you cut into? You know, they say that if you cut it from corner to corner, you get more. They said it was cut in half. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you literally just hear my stomach growl?
Jeez. All right, here we go. Cheers. The Mount Rushmore of burgers. A perfectly executed smash burger, a perfectly executed charcoal style burger, and a good patty melt has to be on there. This one, as a patty melt style, is the best one I've ever done. The flavors are phenomenal. The onions really carry the flavor. You could probably add a burger sauce, probably add a little mayonnaise. I think mustard probably would work as well. I think it might overpower the delicate onions, but taste this without nothing. Just go ahead. Don't lie to them now. This was supposed to be it.
It is good. If I had one critique, I would say third pound. I like a thinner burger because I feel like you get more like seasoning to meat ratio, kind of. You know what that's missing? Honestly, smash that. Just, right?
I just think it's so uniquely different.
It is. It is honestly good. Let me have another bite.
I was scared to over-season the meat. I didn't want to add salt. I didn't want to add pepper to the meat because I knew it had the onion seasoning in there. If you ask me honestly, I can understand smash that. I would say just a little sprinkling of salt on the outside as well. You know, but smash that within the side. I can understand that. It probably lacks a hair.
You almost could have maybe even used the whole pack of the Lipton
you could,
onion mix, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you never know until you try, but that...
We're going to make it again.
That is...
Try it.
We'll make it. We'll dial down the recipe, and you guys check the recipe out. It won't be ready by the time this video posts, but we'll make a recipe on it. It's worth it. It's...
Those onions, though, are super, super good.
Yeah, with that Texas toast, the buttery, the crispiness, the crunchiness, all that stuff. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yep. I'm
going to chow down. We have a join button down below, which is a membership program. We thank each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. Last but not least, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share it with your friends. Peace.